Welcome to this new video. I'm David and this is Harden Security. The first thing I want to say, I'm making this video for educational purpose, so here is the disclaimer. So welcome to this new video where basically it's out of our usual videos basically, since I usually do my videos in Spanish, but in this case, since the original post I made it in English, I wanted to basically perform this video also in English. In this video basically we are gonna see how deploy a whole red team infrastructure. But in this case, this video is basically an extension of the original post, so I'm not gonna deep dive in each configuration, and basically I wanted to show you how this configuration works and how this red team infra works basically. So the first thing I wanted to show you is the original blog post, where basically you can just follow the steps here and then you will be able to deploy your own red team infrastructure and then perform with educational purpose phishing stuff, command and control, and deploy, for example, payloads and that kind of things, right? So my focus in this video is basically understand how this kind of infrastructure works, and I was able to deploy it in a way that I thought, or I think this is very secure. I can improve these configurations, but I don't need it right now because it's just a test. I just want to show you a little bit of this infrastructure. So here it is. In this diagram you can see basically how it works, and if you are here you already know more or less about this configuration. In this case my infrastructure basically was deployed with 4 VPS. The first one is hosting the GoFish server, and the second one is for the command and control. I'm hosting Havoc basically. And then another two where basically I'm using to deploy the payloads, and they are basically redirectors. And the first one is the SMTP relay, basically to hide the original IPs from Havoc and our GoFish server, and then they are separated by 2 different domains. So every traffic that is going to the C2 server is totally different using another domain. And then if you are using the phishing server, you are gonna go with a totally different domain. So here it is basically, and for example the management stuff is going through SSH, so I have some improvement as well. I think if we implement a log collector or a CM, we will be able to monitor even better this whole infrastructure and be able to see if someone is attacking us or something close to that. Implement, for example, web application firewalls also, and could be changed, for example, the SSH port to use other different, for example, the management stuff could be ready if I switch it to a jump server, for example, and then use a VPN to get access to this whole red team infra, and then try to automate this whole process with Ansible or Terraform, for example. That could be really great, but I don't want to spend more time with this, and I just wanted basically to show you how this whole infra works. So the first thing we are gonna do basically is try to start our GoFish server, and then you can see here is running already, and then I created a tunnel through SSH to be able to reach the administrator panel and get access to the tool basically, right? So the next thing we will need to be able to perform this all proof of concept is start our C2 server, in this case Havoc, create the tunnel to reach from our client this server, and then we are gonna be able to connect to our C2 server through the client, through the Havoc client. Then the next redirectors, we don't need to do nothing basically. And in this case, I'm monitoring the mail log to see how our phishing emails are going out. Okay, in this case, I'm going to stop it because we don't need it yet. And then Once we have this whole infrastructure already deployed, we can start to perform this proof of concept, right? In this case, for this proof of concept, I have this virtual machine where I have already opened this temporary mail service, and this one is going to be basically our victim. But also to see that I deployed securely this red team infra, we are gonna, or I will try to avoid these Gmail defenses. So we will see how these phishing emails can reach Gmail inbox, or at least my Gmail inbox. Okay, so let's start once we know this. And in this case, these phishing emails, they will try to trick you to download something, and in this case is a Havoc payload, and then we will receive our reversal and then get access to our victim. Okay, the first thing we will need with Coffees is configure a sending profile. In this case I have two, okay, because the first one I'm using directly the provider SMTP server, and then basically when you receive my phishing email, you will be able to gather indicator of compromise like IP, domain, and these kind of things, right? But since I wanted to hide this original IP through the redirectors, I used a second configuration using our relay. So in this case, I'm going to use this configuration. The next one, we will need basically a landing page. In this case, I'm using the AnyDesk website to provide a support software, let's say, and then email templates. This is important. Basically, in this case, you can basically choose whatever you want, customize them, or do whatever you want. In this case, I'm gonna use the installation support software because it's aligned with the AnyDesk. And then user and groups. In this case, we can create users or several groups with different users for different purposes. In this case, I created just one group with two emails. One of them is my Gmail, and the second one is the temporary inbox, right? So now, basically, we just need to execute our campaign. We are gonna click next campaign. We can choose test as a name. The template that we are gonna choose is the second one, the landing page, the unique that we have, and then in this case, I'm gonna use my phishing domain that is here. As you can see. So once we have configured this, we are gonna choose a different time range. In this case, we are gonna do it at 45, and then sending profile through our relay server and then to our group. So we can launch this phishing campaign, and then if we monitor our mail log, we will see how these emails are going out successfully. As you can see here, we have sent the emails correctly, status sent and status sent. And if we check here in our results, we can see that in my case, through Gmail, the email was opened, and we will see in our temporary email inbox. So here it is. As you can see, if we click on this email, we go down. Okay, here it is. Basically, it's a phishing email. As you can see, very good one. Obviously, if you are doing an internal phishing campaign or something like that, you need to align the template with that company. And then if we click here, okay, we are gonna be redirected to the phishing website. As you can see here, is through HTTPS, and then if we check here, you will see that, okay, reject, and everything looks good, nothing strange. And then if we check here and we download this, obviously on this video we are not checking antivirus evasion or that kind of things. So it's basically the whole process, okay? So let's keep this like for a proof of concept, right? So now we are having this binary, okay? So we are gonna click on it and then, yeah, we are gonna execute it anyway. And then once, if we open again our client, we will see our agent here, right? Even if here is unresponsive, we have access. It's because my firewall rules. But for example, let's put sleep 0 and then let's put who am I. We are running this who am I inside the server, desktop, blah, blah, blah. And then if we check here, the CMD, host name, we are inside. That's really, really nice. Now, for example, if we check with Wireshark, the traffic, is everything encrypted. So that's a next point that is very important if we are deploying this kind of infrastructure, right? So here, if you see the traffic, every single traffic is going through TLS 1.2. So everything is encrypted, right? So that is an extra point for us, since it's a legitimate traffic and it's very difficult to discover this kind of traffic. As an extra, you can see here that we received the same phishing email in our Gmail inbox. So if we click here, we are gonna see basically the same one. So we are using a red team infrastructure and we are receiving these phishing emails in our basically Gmail. And we can use Outlook or whatever we want, since we are deploying this infrastructure through a secure way, like we are deploying our company servers. So in this case, if we check the headers, we will see that we pass everything, right? So this is one of the most important things when we are configuring our relay servers, that we should basically deploy our SPF, DKIM, DMARC records. Because with this, we are gonna avoid basically our emails getting inside the spam inbox, for example. So this is very, very important. So this is my proof of concept. If you don't understand correctly my accent or my English, please just put a comment below and I will try to help you or do my best. So hopefully you like this video and see you soon. Bye.